Hello and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge. It is the 5th of September, and today we are stealing 3 parts of the Gardener Project while going as fast as possible. We are dying, we are frail, we're vindictive, and off-world. Yeah, those are all just fine. Except dying could be relevant, because we do have a foundry brick, and that sometimes makes things relevant. We got a hammer, we got a visitor, long-range visitor, and 5 slipstreams, so we can go fast regardless. But we can go extra fast with the brick, if we're careful. Alright, light reinforcements. Probably fine. And we're gonna have to board the ship regardless, so let's get at least closer to it before deciding on a game plan. Alright, we are glitchers. I'd like to separate the ship off from the pilot. There's no way in hell that I'm bricking this room. That is utter insanity. It would be a great room to brick, though, because it leads directly to the crate room. This does mean the crate room is not behind a locked door, because it has to connect to here and at least one of these. What if we... Okay. What if we brick here, and we brick here, and then we brick here? There's a possibility of that working, but also it's one of those things where the dying timer starts to matter. If we take too long. Anyways. Suppose we should check to see where the telepad is. Telepad's right there. So telepad is breakable. It's relevant to destroy the telepad, because that means contractors won't be flooding over to here, possibly. And that should be far enough away. Alright. Start off with telepad. Alright, telepad is this room. Match speed seems pretty even. We bash. And then we fix. Eventually. D, and then the last one is always R/click. Alright. First brick down. Next brick. Doop. I think it's more advantageous to brick this room than this one, because I think that would technically be slightly further away from this, so we'll have a better chance at hitting it in regards to just like when we phase through the ship. It's not a huge deal if we hit the other one. Oh, I just heard some people die out in space. Alright, got our target. A, click, and W. Already burned through a minute. Do. Okay, is that steel message gonna be in the way? It's probably gonna be fine. A little bit further, I think. Boop, 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 boop. I should be extra careful. Like, going slightly to the left. That should be fine. If I go too far to the left and break the wrong spot, then that could cause great trouble. Alright, now we're gonna hope that this doesn't, like, rotate over and destroy the crate. That would be some pretty bad luck. Looks like it's fine. Okay, how's it looking? Alright, that's separating off fine. I didn't think about how this could be in the way of me bricking this ship if it hangs out too far over here. There's also a secondary question of, do I want to brick this necessarily? Because we've got a dying timer, we can't just wait out... We can't just wait out these two sections separating from each other. So I'm gonna have to use the timer to approach anyways. And if I break this, it will rotate, like, it'll start sending this one spinning at an unknown rotation. And once again, we do risk it bashing into this side and it's just breaking. We know that it's not under lock and key. So we can get there eventually, though we don't know how winding it is. But I also kind of want to just bash it again. What are we at? Date 40? If I miss the bash, it does mean the crate gets destroyed. You know what? Worst case scenario, we visit in, it takes 2 seconds. We visit out. That's probably good enough. Especially since if we screw it up... Well, if... Where am I at? I'm up here. If we mess up the approach, that can cost time. And if the ship is, like, spinning out of control, that makes it harder to approach it correctly. So... Alright, we're gonna head down here, and we're gonna... slow down a little bit, and then we're gonna save on some time by asphyxiating ourselves a little bit. Pro tip, do not launch yourself out ahead of your pod while going at max speed. The pod has a max speed. You flying in space do not. And it can soon become... You're just flying out in space, and the pod can't reach you. Wait. Where did the other part of the ship go? I wonder if it drifted far enough apart that it disappeared. Because this is still orbiting, probably. It's orbiting some point in space. It's just a very wide orbit. Doop, 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 doop. 4 seconds, not... I didn't think about there being... A locked door here. That's something I did not consider. Well, it's gonna take us less than 2 seconds to slipstream over there. And it'll take us a little bit of time to be able to visit directly, so we're just gonna visit and use a slipstream. Yeah, that's something I didn't consider. That, we docked at 4 seconds. Ooh, that's self-charging. Nothing that it is really helps me though. So we just wait and sort of keep an eye on the clock, see how it's gauging. Okay, we're mid 6 seconds. That's concerning, but we're not dead yet. Okay, 9 seconds. Let's just go. I'm not gonna go to the normal docking spot because we want to save our time. Alright, we got guns with glitch dash, heat sensor, light reinforcement, chamber, defender. Alright. And you are easily separatable from your ship. And the telepad's over on that side as well. So yeah, we just need to... We're gonna specifically smack this one so we can actually get into the room this time. Then we can maybe consider doing something else after that, but that's probably good enough. Well, that's more than far enough. Alright. So yeah, only requiring 1 brick here is going to save a lot of time on the dying timer compared to ship 1. Something like this is probably good. We can go a little further. This is a pretty simple brick. No, we can break this room as well, and that gets us slightly closer. Drift in slightly to the left. Something I didn't consider is that this could be behind a locked room. But if it's behind a locked room, we've got the visitor. So it's not the end of the world. Alright, looks like they're not going to collide with each other. Looks like they didn't have any... Oh, no. You had the key. Alright. So if it's behind a locked door, then it takes 2 seconds to use the visitor, which is a shame, but probably fine. And then if it's not, then we do it super fast. And if we can, we'll see if we can get them separated. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I brick the telepad, or if I brick the pilot's room itself, if that makes any difference. But can't reach the we can't reach the pilot's room either way, so it doesn't quite matter for this one. There goes the people, they dead. Alright, so we're gonna spend a little bit of time just hanging out in Oi. Oi, 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 oi. I didn't say that direction. We're just gonna spend a little bit of time hanging out in space. letting stuff drift apart and seeing if that makes a difference. We've got a good amount of oxygen. We can just casually 6 times speed out here. Whee! 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 All right. Does that make a difference? Wow, that's far. So, you are here on your lonesome. I do not see. How far do I have to zoom in to actually see you? I am not seeing another ship in the vicinity. So I think we've waited long enough that they've either disappeared somehow or they've just continued on their gradual orbit and that's taken them away from this ship. So yeah, I think as long as we don't disconnect the engines of the pilot ship, it'll continue on its own course and eventually this one will go on its own path. Yeah, I could be wrong, but right. If we're right, we could have a 0-second dock. Looking good. Now, potential option. Okay, we do need the key. All right. We've got 2 options. We can go for a 2-second run by just immediately visiting, getting it, then waiting. Or we could leave and then brick this room and then redock for 0 seconds. As long as we don't, like, well, it does. Oh, I was going to say it depends on us being able to brick this room if it's too close to here, but if we're docked, if we're on this pod, collision is proper. Collision is different when you're like outside of the ship area physically and remote controlling. But if you're just on the pod directly, you can brick these no problem. We won't get the slow-mo for extra like timing precision and stuff. But that should be fine. Right, that should be plenty. Match speed. All right, even if it's not in slow motion, that's pretty stable. Go a little bit down. They should probably be a little bit more distance. And it's rotating, of course, so let's move around. Drifting down, and then we're kind of matched. All right, that should be fine. Unless it just goes through. Am I wrong? Cargo crate right there. There we go. Ooh, we don't get slow-mo during this. Because we're on the pod itself. Alright, so that's fine. Hold A, and then the last one's always click. Alright. And then now we can get what's most likely going to be sub 1 second. Do I slipstream this? That seems excessive. Bash dash is perfectly fine. We get this, it's a something. Bash back. We return to pod. We drift. And there we go! Alright, is the last one going to take 5 seconds? Probably not. But might as well. Oh, is that just. Are we just going to reach it? Ah, no, that's a miss. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. A lot of silence. There's the songs. I don't know if that actually saved me time on the dying timer. Okay. So ship 1 took a little longer than it needed to, but it was at least a perfect style bonus. Ship 2, and I am kind of wishing that I bricked the middle section on ship 1 this time. That could have been a 0 seconds one. That could have been a 0 seconds one. But next we got, for sub 1 second, armor, predator, jammer, many sentry guns, lots of things. Most importantly, it's not fleas. No, it's not timed. In some cases, timed is actually good. All right, that's easy. Brick here. Actually, we want to brick here because that guarantees us access to here. And then we want to brick here, and then we go from there. All right, hop off into there. While we head up and hopefully don't smash the ship at an odd angle. We came actually pretty close to that ship. Alright. So, most important spot, brick this. Then brick this. Actually, wait, no, where's the... Okay, pilot's chair is over there. So yeah, we want this. Could potentially do this as well, but no. We'll need to brick this other room anyways. I could try my chances and brick here first as well and see if... No, we want to separate it. Get that 0 second docking. Boom. Right on target. It's either going to be W or A. W or A. A. Okay. Don't think it matters which room we get here. Just either of the hallway ones should be fine. We're a little far out, though. Speed, go to the left a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just gonna aim for the middle. So I don't think it matters which one I go for. Alright, got the ideal one anyways. S, A, and always click. Alright, it's separated off. It is a little concerning that we've got a jammer on board right there. That jammer means no slipstream, no visit directly into the crate box. I see placing jam. Yeah, he's just gonna keep placing jammers. I don't know which room it connects to. Alright, the jammer there does actually. Alright, good news. We still have the key card. And we can still bash dash our way in. So like worst case scenario, we may need to like go around, get key, go around, get this, then get out. But if we get that disappeared, that's still way, 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 way under 10 seconds. So I think we'll just let it hang right now. Let it separate. And we'll revisit it in a few. Going a little low on oxygen there. I like how not breathing makes me live longer. Not breathing makes you live longer. Maybe just dying people are the only people in this universe that have not yet learned how to hold their breath indefinitely. Wait, no, because other people can hold their breath. Other people will asphyxiate in space. So that's not the case. Alright, that's probably good. Especially look how far it's gone out into the depths. Alright, no surprise that it's completely covered in... okay, it's two jammer fields. It doesn't actually cover the middle point. But yeah, once again, do not see it anywhere on its radar, and if the other ship would be like orbiting around here or something, so we're perfectly fine. Alright, so we can dock and just take a look without too much trouble. I guess there is potential for trouble if you get in and then there's a sentry gun or something immediately. Alright, so... this is simple enough. If we wanted to really wring out the time, we could leave, break this room, then come back. But we can just bash, disable, slipstream, get out. I think that's perfectly reasonable. That is something that I actually forgot about, that once I reach this point, I can actually just remove the jammer device. It is a little concerning how many people are aiming shotguns at me while being very close to shooting. But if we bash them, that might be fine. Why can't I steal? What? What? I can't steal this key card. I guess we're leaving then. I'm taking you out in the process. For some reason I can't steal that key card from the pause menu. I could probably steal it if we knocked him out, but that would require us smacking him all the way over to the sentry gun and then getting the sentry gun to shoot him. So we're just going to disable more fields from going down, leave, and then bash this room, I guess. Do I want that gun? Not really. We'll just leave. Alright, gotta be extra careful here. If we break the wrong room, then we're screwed. Not 100% screwed. I guess we could also bash him onto the pod. That would probably do it. Yeah, I don't like how fast it's spinning. Let's get well over on this side. Match speed. We're drifting slightly to the left, which is preferable. Okay. Jesus. The bricking goes so fast when you're not in slow-mo. Alright, hold W. I'll always hold down click. And then our final one is A. Man, this one's been going on for a bit. But it's all in the name of speed. And then those people die. Alright. We can slipstream. We can actually visit. This is ship 3. So it's glitch protected. So yeah, we can just go bloop. Grab this. I'm curious what it is. It's something. Is that a subverter? So it would have been... You can't rely on this look, but we technically could have visited in, grabbed this item, subverted the door, and ran out to be about as fast. That is kind of funny. Alright, we turn to pod. Fails. Oh, right, because we didn't actually visit. We visited from outside the ship. I forgot about that. I'm glad I didn't just go away. If I throw this, does it send me back? I feel like it's gonna... I feel like if I throw the hammer, it's gonna smack me. Well, that didn't do anything. Wait, can I pick this? Can I pick this back up? I'm curious. Throw. You can, but only through the F. Like pick up on the ground menu. That's interesting. Wait, does that mean I could steal someone's key card if I use E on them while they're in space? I don't know if I tried that. So I'm just kind of floating here a little bit. That's the... Oh, I got 1 second. Right, I'm just gonna throw the hammer. If I bash myself, I bash myself. All right, perfect. Nah, sad to see 1 second there, but it's not a big deal. The biggest time loss was on ship 1. If I did go for that brick, I could have let them separate. I could have, oh man, I could have let them separate and get a sub 1 second on that as well. We need a turn back time though. Yeah, all right. Drop it off. Perfect 600. Not a perfect 600, but a 600. Perfect style bonus. We should be good to submit. And all right. All right, still managed to get first place. Thanks to the time savings on ship 2 and 3. But yeah, this could have been in an ideal situation. This could have been 0 seconds. This could have been 0 or at least 1 second total time. Pretty reasonably. Yeah, maybe I should have done more bricking on ship 1, but I had already done so many. All right. What was the thing I was curious? Oh yeah. I want to test the thing real quick. I want to test the thing. Let's see, how do I want to do this? All right, first thing, don't really care about time. Let's see, I want to try and get your key. Hi, do you have a gun? You don't have a gun. That's a problem. Hello. Hi, I need your key. And your gun. Actually, just your gun. Your gun's good too. Okay, so now we alert you. Wait, no, I didn't want your key. I wanted the exact opposite of your key. No key in here. I didn't realize that would make the screen slow down for a little bit. We can just shoot you. Wait, and now I need that key. I just want to see if I can pick up keys in space. Please. I'll pick up some wrenches because that's the next thing I want to test. Hi. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for you a little bit. Okay. We're just gonna send you out here. And we're just gonna see if we can take your key while out in space. Please don't shoot me. All right. I'm pretty sure I've tried stealing from here and it doesn't work. However, if I go to throw, can I? It's not acting like it's picking it up. What? Can I even attempt to? Okay, I just realized I don't think I really tried attempting a melee attack in space. That would be wild if it worked. What if I shoot you? That does shoot you, but as you can see, there's the level 4 key card right there. Which indicates that we have not picked it up yet. Not something I want to test right now, but it's possible that... Where did you go? It's possible that your ability to pick up the key card is tied to the ship being loaded. So if the ship was loaded, perhaps it would be possible to... I'm not searching for that. To still get the key or something like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, second thing I wanted to test. Can I throw stuff that moves me and then pick it up immediately? So can't pick it up from here. I pressed F and it unpaused me and did not pick it up. Okay, that time it worked. Did I press the wrong thing? Okay, I probably just pressed T instead of F. All right, this is a dangerous strategy. Because every time you throw something in space, you do risk knocking yourself out. How fast can we get ourselves with this? I'm able to do this pretty consistently. See, that one knocked me out. That one knocked me out, and now I got knocked out, and I'm going pretty fast. How fast am I going? Not super fast. That's not... Although, did my speed get reset? All right. It's a pod. You can roughly match speed. And then let's just get a comparison. How fast am I going now? That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. And then I knocked myself out, lose my wrench, and that slowed me down a whole lot. Okay. So yeah, wrenches can give you a decent amount of speed by throwing them repeatedly, but every time you throw it, you risk knocking yourself out and losing all of that speed. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna abandon this. All right, that's all for today. That was a kind of long day, huh? 45 minutes almost? 43? Oh, yeesh. That's long. Tomorrow's a challenge Saturday. We got a gun and some good key cloners. Nice. But that is all for today. That was a good breaking day. Huh, apparently Avita's pod is destroyed. Didn't know that. Does she have money? I don't think they have money and they have no pod. Oh, but they're... Huh. Maybe they can sell their conch hammer for a new pod. Distractions. That was a good breaking day. Could have had been a little more aggressive on breaking, but that first ship we'd already bricked several times. But still, that was some good breaking. That was fun. We learned some stuff. We got confused. I'm still not sure why I couldn't get the key on ship 3. That is a little concerning for my strategy. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.